Love highlighting new talent, and especially when they are young, to the point where even preteen, which is wild to think about. Joining us in studio for Springfield's Morning News, I'm Greg Bishop. We're talking with E.G. Keith. She is an 11-year-old who wrote a fantasy novel. E.G., thanks for taking time with us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just glad that you're joining us. This is so cool. So you wrote a novel. Hold that up for people watching online. Look at that. Havoc
hmm
by E.G. Keith. So lay it out there for us. What is this all about? How did you get started in this? And where are you going from here?
So, in the book, there are two magical summer camps for people with magical powers. One of the leaders of these camps, called Camp Serenity, who is focused on being known because of peace and peaceful protests and things like that, is amnesiac. She has amnesia.
Oh, wow.
And the other one, the leader of Camp Havoc, who riots and wants to be known and doesn't care how they are known, hates her guts.
Well, you can't have yeah, you can't have havoc and peace living together. That just doesn't make any sense. It's like oil and water, right?
hmm
So, how did you come up with this?
I finished the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and I was just buzzing because it's one of my favorite series and it's just so good. And then I was like, I was feeling very creative and I was really wanting to write something. So then I started I had several different first lines of this book, but there was one that I landed on, and then I was like, okay. And it stayed the same from the first draft, so I didn't change it.
Now, there's a lot of people out there who want to do what you're doing and have never taken that plunge. They may be 35, they may be 45 years old. You're 11 years old.
hmm
How did you? And again, that's a pretty thick book, E.G. How many pages is it, and how long did it take you to write it?
It's 372 pages, 885,000 words,
Oh my gosh!
and it took me 8 months to write and then around 6 months to publish.
Wow! 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 So of course, this is available on Amazon and other retailers. Tell us again the name of the book.
The name of the book is Havoc, and it's by me, E.G. Keith.
So what do you do now? I mean, you've got this book. You're selling this book. Are you gonna put it into a trust fund and let it gain interest and any profits you make, or is this the beginning of a series for you? Are you planning on being a novelist moving into the future?
I definitely want to write, and
Well, you've already written. You wrote
yeah,
more than 300 pages.
well, I want to write more, and so I've started writing my second book in this series. It's called Serenity because Camp Havoc and Camp Serenity, and I have 78,000 words in that right now. I started in October, and I hope that I will continue to keep writing and I will make money and share my stories with people and know that they like my work and I like my work and that it's influenced them in some way or another.
We're talking with E.G. Keith. She is a young author, not even a teenager yet, and she's accomplished something that a lot of people only dream of accomplishing, and that's writing a book. E.G., I've been telling myself I want to write a book. I'm more interested in nonfiction, but even with a fantasy novel, I would imagine there's a lot of prep. There's a lot of research, or not necessarily research, but you've got to really put your heart and soul into it, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So I am odd because I don't really plan anything out.
Which, hey, there's nothing wrong with being odd, all right? That just means you stick out in a crowd and people will recognize you for it. So thumbs up on that. But yes, continue.
So I don't really plan anything out before I write it. If I outline something, then it makes me not want to write it anymore. So I just kind of write as I go along, and I don't really have a specific idea So then I just, my plot twists surprise me. So I'm just like, geez, that's good.
So if
So,
it surprises
yeah.
you, likely the reader's going to be just as surprised and pleased
Yeah.
that they picked up Havoc by E.G. Keith. It's available on Amazon. What's a website people can check out?
egkeith.com.
And it's just E.G., the letters,
Mm-hmm.
Keith.com.
Yep.
And people can find that and purchase the book there, I take it, or get
Yep.
links to purchase the book.
Yep.
So an 11-year-old getting this done, surely you've had to have some help. Anybody you want to recognize?
I had a lot of help from my mom, Jennifer Keith, and I had a lot of help from my dad, Ryan Keith, for PR and marketing and things like that.
Well, I know your father.
Yeah.
He put me in touch with you,
Yeah.
and when he said that you were an 11-year-old author, I'm like, what? Because I mean, typically, listen, I mean, 11-year-olds are playing video games, or they're doing a whole bunch of variety of things. But you decided to write a novel. That's pretty incredible. Thumbs up. Anything else you want to share?
John Jameson helped me a lot. He's my writing coach. We meet once every Saturday at like 10 in the morning, and he's given me a lot of websites to look at and programs to use, and he's just been a huge help.
Now, has anybody approached you to purchase the movie rights yet?
Not yet, but hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. We'll be talking when you get to Hollywood. All right. I think that's probably the next place for you. Is it just novels you're interested in, or do you want to do screenplays? Do you want to do sitcoms or anything like that?
Novels are what I'm most used to because I spend all of my time reading, which is not a surprise to anyone who knows me. And so I think it would be fun to try to write a screenplay and a sitcom and things like that, but I do not know if I would be good at it.
Well, I think what you've got in front of you, and again, hold that up for the camera. What you've got in front of you there indicates that you are indeed good at it, because you got something published. And we'll see how this thing goes. And of course, you're already working on a sequel to this and part of a series. So this is Havoc. It's a fantasy novel. 11-year-old E.G. Keith, the author of this book, with us in studio on Springfield's Morning News. When can we expect the follow-up?
Hopefully the fall.
Oh, wow. So that's coming up. And like you said, you've already got how many pages and how many words written on that?
I have a smaller page size in Google Docs than it is going to be when it's finally done, but it's around 470 some pages.
Wow.
And 78,000 words.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, E.G., best of luck. Reach back out when the follow-up to Havoc comes out. Again, give us the website. People can find out more.
egkeith.com.
It's that simple, folks. egkeith.com. Thank you so much for taking time with us this morning, and best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
It is Springfield's Morning News.